Hi there, you are tuned into Beauty and Braids, the podcast where I, Karen Tenard, has conversations about all things relevant to personal growth and development. Just a heads up, I'm unfiltered. You're welcome.
Yeah. Like one thing I would say, like also because I do like beauty videos too, I do work in healthcare as well. So I say people are, the news makes it scarier than it is. Like you could actually be outside as long as you're not, in a supermarket or, a closed area with other people. You could take a walk, around your block, as long as you have your mask, you should be fine. It's not that's scary that you strictly stay at home and don't go outside. So you need some vitamin D. You need that.
I feel you. So I'm just gonna start right now since you already started giving some
Yeah, some little
advice
tips.
anyway. So so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Karen Tenord. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I specialize in painless braiding. I did all the extra stuff, and then I just said, let me just focus on hair care, hair growth, because it's something that I do for myself. And I think that in order to like talk to my clients and understand what they're doing, I have to also be doing the same thing. So so painless braiding is something because my sister snatched out some of my edges, and I was like, I will never go to you. I went to some African shop. They did my braids, same thing, and I was just like, I'm just gonna do my own hair. I don't trust anybody with my hair, and I started to be that for people, right? So I created this event just so that people have access to beauty professionals. So you have questions that they can't do, we can't be without physically. So this is the third live event that I did. Every 2 weeks I do one, and I bring different people from the beauty industry on to just give some tips that they do that they can help, that might help you. And then after this, you can also find this on the podcast, on Spotify or things like that, or on YouTube, you'll see the video again. So whatever you miss, you'll still be able to get there. So now, Simply Christelle, I met her just a fact at a I think it was like a testing thing at Janet Collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, they invited a whole bunch of bloggers and people in the beauty world to talk about their hair, to improve their hair, which was super, super cool for me because I met a whole bunch of beautiful, talented people, and I gave my feedback. But then a year later, we did a vision board party at one of the other girls' houses, and was you there? Did you go?
No, I wasn't there because I was in Haiti at that time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Haiti, my flag is in the back right there. But okay, so we're gonna go into your routine right now when it comes to skin. Christelle, like, what did you do prepare today?
Right. Okay. So just want to introduce myself. My name is Christelle, and I go by Simply Christelle on Instagram and YouTube. I started my YouTube channel back in 2016, I would say. That's when I had Big Chop. I Big Chop a year before, so then I tried to share my journey on YouTube, and then started focusing more on Instagram, sharing beauty tips and natural hair related content. And I've been doing that ever since. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Simply Christelle. So in terms of beauty tips, I really do a lot of at home, self remedies or self-care. So exactly last night, to prepare for today, because I haven't done my makeup in a long time since quarantine. Like I just been just staying in the house. I actually had bought some aloe vera. I bought an aloe vera leaf and then did a quick little mask. I put some honey in it and some lemon just to brighten up my skin, and did a mask and left it on for like 20 minutes, and it felt really good on the skin. So aloe vera honestly is my go-to for everything, for skin, for hair, Like you can put it in anything, you know, leave-in conditioner. Like I use aloe, yeah, you could drink it, you know, like I use aloe vera a lot. So that was my little mask that I did last night before bed. I whipped it up and then put it on my face 20 minutes, and my face felt really good. So I keep it simple. I try to keep it simple as much as I can. But I do splurge here and there, you know, my little products. But last night I kept it simple, home based, and it felt good on my skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to your signature, like what is something, let's rewind that. What is something that someone can do to, I guess, elongate their products? Like if you're doing your face and you want it to look like it's done, but you're not trying to use as much product, what would you suggest they do?
I think usually you want to focus on the areas that, you know, really brighten up your skin. So me, on a day-to-day basis when I go to work, I usually never wear foundation. So a concealer is a great way to minimize your product usage and kind of wear minimal makeup. So the concealer under the eyes is very effective because your eyes usually tend to have, not everybody has dark circle, but it tends to be an area where it's really dark. So by just putting a little bit of concealer under your eyes, it really just brighten up your face automatically. So you set it with a regular powder, you can put some blush, and you go about your day. So concealers are my go-to all the time. Like to go to work, I just put a little bit of concealer and I just dab it with my fingers. Sometimes you don't even need any tools, just your fingers, and then you use some powders to set it, and you go about your day. Like mascara is optional, but usually you just want to brighten up your skin, and the concealer does that fabulously.
So what concealer would you suggest and setting powder?
So my go-to from the beginning, like honestly, is the LA Girl Cosmetics concealers. Like they're $2.99 at the beauty supply store. Until this day, I kid you not, nothing compares to these concealers. Like you could put, like I've tried, you know, like well today I use like the Born This Way concealer, but my go-to has to be the LA Girls concealer. I have all the colors, like I rack up on them when they're on sale. And then for setting powder, I usually use the what do you call this one? It's at Walmart. The Airspun setting powder, and also the Makeup Revolution luxury baking powder, very inexpensive. The Makeup Revolution baking powder is really good. It's I have it in two colors. I have it in the banana one for, you know, my complexion, and then also I have it in terracotta when I'm doing darker complexions for clients. Really good setting powders. So you can't go wrong with those in terms of you know, good pricing and affordable makeup.
Right, because I know um, back when I used to put on a setting powder, it's certain things like with flash, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to take a cool little picture and you put some flash, it looks crazy. So those are good for that.
Yeah, those are good. They don't flash back, and I've been using them for a long time. Yeah, they're good for that. Yeah.
Okay, so another thing that I wanted to ask, like when you apply your lip, um, I see a lot of people do this where they don't use liner. Like, um, can you explain like the lip?
Well,
Perfect.
it's a preference. It has to be a preference because it depends on what you're wearing, because you got to think about your complexion sometimes. Like when you're wearing a lip, like today the lip that I wore, that I'm wearing right now, it's by Anastasia. It's called Ashton. So this is very close to my color. Like I felt like it would wash me out if I didn't wear a liner with it. So I did pair it with the chestnut liner just to give my lips some dimension. So when you want to give, like if your lips are not on the fuller side and you want to give your lips more dimension, more fullness, I would always recommend wearing like a liner. But a liner is not really necessary all the time. It depends on your complexion and you know, if the lip is closer to your complexion, I would recommend, you know, wearing a liner just to accentuate the lip itself, the color itself, you know. But if you don't have, if your complexion is not close to the lippy, you don't necessarily have to wear a liner. So it's based on preference. Like, what are you trying to achieve? Do you want to do like something complicated when you're shading in, you know, in with a liner, you're creating a different color, or you're just going about your day, you just want something simple on your lip, you know? It's like, what are you trying to achieve first? And then you decide, like, am I doing a liner or am I doing without a liner? So I originally had put this on without a liner, and I'm like, wow, it's like, it's kind of washing me off a little bit, so let me add a liner. And I'm like, oh, okay, it looks better, you know? Like, you kind of have to test it out a little bit and see what works for you. So yeah, that's how I go about it.
All right. So, okay. So when it comes to lashes, well, I have long lashes. I have lashes that curl, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I feel like I need to put the fake lashes on because everybody else is doing it, but then
Yeah.
I'm sitting there struggling. Like, I'm like, look, I just got glue all over my eyelid, trying to
Girl,
figure it out. Like, what is a tip that you can give people about applying a lash?
girl, the lashes are a struggle, like struggle bus all the way. So me, I've struggled a long time. Like, I could, when I'm doing clients, I could easily put a lash on the client, but for myself, I was never a lash wearer. Like, I always resorted to my natural lashes. But sometimes when you do your dramatic looks, or you go into an event when you know there's a lot of lights, you need the dramatic lashes. So one tip I learned from oh, I can't remember her name, is she's on YouTube, and she said you usually have to have like a small little mirror, you know, like you could have a big mirror, but the small little mirror, and like you tip your head like you're looking down at the mirror, so you could actually see your line, like the actual line of your lid. And then with your tweezer, you kind of have to just drop it on that line. Like, when you hold it down like this, you could actually see the line of your lid, and it's easier for you to drop the lash on there. But honestly, like, that was it was useful, but it's also like practice. Like, you gotta keep practicing. Like, practice makes perfect. Like, it took me a year, like almost a year and a half, to master putting that lash down. It was a struggle. Like, I just kept doing it, and became more comfortable at it. But that little tip of holding the mirror like underneath your eye, so you could actually see the full eye, and you drop the lash on there, was really helpful for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, what? Okay. So to make your eyes pop, like, I don't know if Andrea or Woodline wanted to hear this, but you can also type in any questions that you have, or you can unmute yourself, and then you can ask your questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to make sure that I'm answering questions that y'all might really want to hear. Um, so with liner, like, is there a specific brand that people can use with making your eyes pop, or just
Yes. In terms of liners, I my go-to is the NYX liner. It's affordable, and they have it in the matte form, like when you want like your liner to be super dry, or you could have it in the glossy form, like if you want it to kind of shine when you do your liner. It's super affordable, and it's very, very, very dark. So you get a really good application, and the tip is really small, so you get a really good you know, it's very, like, you could easily like brush it and get a really good application. So in terms of liners, like, you really got to think about the shape of your eyes, like if you have a hooded eye, or you know, yeah, so if you have hooded eyes, it's kind of difficult, you know, sometimes for people to do their liners, because you don't want to go over, you know, the little hood here, because it's gonna look like your eyes are too big. So for hooded eyes like I have, you kind of want to keep it like, you know, just like the outer area right here, not go too far. Like, I cannot do like those dramatic liners that go like the Nicki Minaj liners. I can't do those. Like, she has really dramatic liners that go almost to the back of her head. Like, I can't do those. Yeah, it's too much for hooded eyes, but you kind of want to keep it simple. You can start short. Like, when I started doing liners, I saw a lot of good tips on YouTube. Like, you kind of want to like start by dotting, do a line and then connecting it. And then, just kind of want to, like, you keep it at an angle when you're doing, the little wing. The wing part is the most difficult. Again, it's very much like practice. Like, you gotta see, your eye shape and what works for you. Because me, I tend to have like my eyes go like this. So when I make my liner go higher, it makes my eyes smaller. So I kind of keep it straight. So it kind of like exactly what do you want to achieve? Do you want bigger eyes? Do you want like smaller eyes? So I kind of want my eyes bigger. So I keep the wing shorter. But again, like the NYX liner is very good, very affordable, and I use it a lot. Like I use a lot of NYX products actually in terms of affordability. Yeah.
Okay. So I know with people when they apply makeup, they I don't know if everybody knows this about moisturizer,
Mm-hmm.
like that you have to apply that prior to you applying anything. Of course, there's toner,
Mm-hmm.
like the steps to it. Um, what brands that are affordable that won't dry out the skin, and won't like, I guess, battle against makeup?
The makeup, yeah. So in terms of moisturizer, you can, well, me, I keep it simple. So my face is on the it's combination, but not really. I don't really have oily skin. But sometimes my T-zone would get oily, but I don't have oily skin. For the longest time, I think since I would say about 2018 now, I've been using the Mielle Organics face lotion with SPF 15 in it. Like this, I've been using this consistently and my skin loves it. It moisturizes, hydrates, and it leaves my skin really smooth. And it has SPF 15 in it. And honestly, like it does not interact with makeup at all because the minute you put it on, it just seeps into your skin and it leaves your skin very moisturized. Like I like this a lot. And I used to use this L'Oreal Ideal Moisture, but this one I don't think it has SPF 25, but it's not really good on oily skin. I noticed. So, but for me, it works perfectly. But with people with oily skin, it doesn't work. But this one by Mielle Organics, like it's amazing on every skin that I've used it. I don't know how much it is actually because I had received it like as a gift. But I don't know how much it is at Target. You
Does it
definitely,
last?
yeah, it does last. It does last throughout the day. And I think I had traveled to DR with this, and only by applying the lotion on my face, like the rest of my body got really tan, and my face did not get tan. So the SPF really works on this. Like I did not get tan on my face at all. So I would recommend this for SPF. Like
No.
it's really good to
Uh,
protect your face from the sun. So a lotion with SPF that works. I like this a lot. Yeah.
okay, so guys, I would understand like if it does cost a little bit, but if like it lasts longer, then it's a good
Hmm.
investment. And
It
plus,
is.
you want to make sure right now we're in quarantine, so we don't really have to use it as much.
Exactly.
So, but it'll keep us looking alive. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, like I mean, we be in the house like, looking crazy, and if we have someone with us, or if we get on the video, we want to actually look like we're not
Hmm.
falling apart. Like we want to
Exactly.
still look like we got it all together. Especially coming out of this, you want to make sure your skin is treated well
Yes.
because it makes you feel better when you look good. You look in the mirror, you walk past the mirror, you're not scaring yourself. You want to be like, yo, I'm doing good. My skin is glowing.
Hmm.
So you don't have to wear makeup. It
No.
boosts. It's like just when you do want to put it on, at least we know what we're doing and what we're using. That is going to,
Exactly.
not damage our skin.
Hmm.
Um, so I just wanted to talk a little bit more about um, like what brought you into makeup.
Honestly, what brought me into makeup is I wanted to learn from myself, but then when I realized like it was becoming so big that I was just like, hey, like, do I really want somebody to do my makeup, like pay somebody to do my makeup every time I'm going out, like if I want a face beat? And I was just like, let me try and see if I could do this for myself. And then I started playing around with it, and I was just like, oh, like I could actually do this, and I started getting more interested in going to events and buying different palettes and playing around. And I was just like, wow, I really enjoy doing this, because like like when you transform somebody and you actually see their reaction when they see that final beat, it's like, oh my God, like I didn't think like I could look like this. I could never do my makeup like this. It's that initial reaction that brings you all the joy, because you make them feel good. Like that sensation, like aside from just me learning from myself, is that joy that you get, once you do somebody's face and they're so happy with the result. Like that feeling never goes away. Like every time like I do it, they're like, oh my God, like is this really me? I'm like, yes girl, it's you. Like you've been it, you just got accentuated, like all this was there. So you got to believe in yourself, do little things at home that makes you happy. Like you don't need a full beat, to look beautiful, because you were already beautiful. Just me adding these products on you just added that little extraness, but the beauty was already there. So that just shows you can do this at home and feel beautiful and look beautiful. So that really like draws me to keep doing it, because it makes them happy. Like makeup really do bring a lot of happiness to people. So yeah, that's why I've been doing it.
When I went to school, I learned about this one thing, that I was skin tones. You know what I'm saying? Like having the proper thing. Because some people, they they know a little bit about makeup, but they don't know about the different things, skin tones, the
Yeah.
red. Like I'm red, you
Yeah.
know. So you want to talk a little bit about that, like?
In terms of skin tone, I'm still learning about skin tones, because my client list is not, so wide that I can honestly say that I've touched every single color on the color wheel. I have not, so I'm always learning. But what I make sure to do is like you always have to test, like it's always good to test, like have a test spot on the client's face to see, what undertones they are. And usually like based on what I have in my kit, I could usually mix a few foundations together to get the right tone. Like not everybody can do it. Like it depends on the client. Like I'm not 100% an expert at it at all, but a few times when I noticed that I didn't have the color, I was able to mix foundations around to get the desired skin tone. So it's very important to have a little patch test on your client's face to see, if it's the correct undertone. Um, um, you got to think also, like, do you have the time, to do that, because depending on the allotted time that you have with the client, but it's always good to do a patch test to see if it's the correct foundation before you go full blown and then you got to go back and start over. So always patch test. That's what I would say with skin tones. Do a test to see
And
if it's
when
the correct foundation.
and when y'all testing, I want to make sure that y'all understand this. At the bottom of like each makeup foundation or something, it says warm or cool and neutral. So so a person who's warm, that's like red undertones. If you orange, things like that, so you don't look gray. And then there's the blue undertones, the cooler undertones, like I guess those people to me be like a little bluish, grayish.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really they're so dark that they're blue, So it's like models like Alec Wack, they're so dark, they're blue, yeah. So they would, basically like you would use like kind of cool with them, and then you have your olive undertones. And honestly, like, Rihanna kind of nailed it a little bit with all her undertones. So with Fenty, her foundation kind of everybody has an undertone with Fenty, and if you don't, you could always mix it, like I said. So she really nailed it with the deep olive, cool. She really nailed it in that sense with the foundation.
All right, so make sure y'all look for that. Like, it's a lot of numbers on there, but you got to make sure it's either warm, cool, neutral before picking it out, because you're gonna look real weird. And I don't know, like, just match it.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say something. So I'm gonna open. If y'all have any questions, I'm gonna open y'all off of mute right now. So if you have any questions that I did not touch on, you can definitely ask away. Anybody?
For somebody that is completely new to makeup, where do you recommend they go first to buy their makeup?
Well, it depends on your budget. I would say first, like, it depends on your budget, but I would recommend drugstore, because drugstore have gone a long way in terms of makeup. So you could get, the best for your money in drugstore, like Walgreens, CVS.
And they're still open right now, right?
Yeah, they're still open right now. So Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, all these pharmacy retail stores are really great. Walmart to start off, because they carry all the drugstore items. The beauty supply stores are closed right now, so I would not recommend the beauty supply stores. But Walgreens is my go-to. You'll find all the brands there: Revlon, NYX, Maybelline Fit Me foundation is really good. Foundation to start off your makeup kit. You can find all of them at Target. Target is open as well. Honestly, the Maybelline line for beginners, you could literally find everything with the Maybelline line, from the Fit Me foundation, the Fit Me powder, the Fit Me concealer. You could do literally Maybelline with everything. L'Oreal for your mascara. I really love the L'Oreal. What is it, that volume lash mascara? It's like the black bottle. I can't find it. Oh yeah, the lash sense. Oh, that's actually Maybelline. Never mind, it's Maybelline, not L'Oreal. Lash sensational mascara. That's my go-to mascara at drugstore. Maybelline, I love it. And then the Maybelline Fit Me powder.
You all Maybelline.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's a very good foundation. They stepped it up, when they rebranded this whole Fit Me thing, and it's really good. So I love the Fit Me line for Maybelline. And then, like I mentioned before, the concealers with LA Girl Pro Concealer. You can't go wrong with these concealers. Like, and then the really good thing with the LA Girl Pro Concealers, they also have correctors also. So if you do have hyperpigmentation, where you have, like, your skin is darker in areas and then others, you could use the peach corrector to correct your face. Like, they have everything for the LA Girl Pro Concealer. So yes, I would do Walgreens, Target, these places, and get drugstore product. And then when you feel like you're comfortable, then you could start venturing out to Sephora and MAC to try those more high-end foundations. Like, it's they're good. The quality is really good, but if you don't have the coins to spare, for brand high-end foundation, like, the drugstores, they do the trick and they last. So yeah, that's what I would recommend.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you can always start off really light. You can put some foundation in your moisturizer, and it becomes like a tinted moisturizer, and you could put that just for like a nice smooth face.
Auntie Woodman wants to ask a question.
Oh, you can.
Hey, ladies. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, ladies. How y'all doing? Oh, my God, my fellow queens in the house. Okay.
We can't see you though.
Huh?
We can't see you though, but
I'm a hot mess, so
no problem.
So my question is, I understand skincare routine is very important because a lot of people don't have like perfect skin. You know, some of us have breakouts. Some of us have, you know, pre-existing conditions that causes us to break out. What would you recommend in terms of, skincare routines, how we should look into, finding the right type of cleanser or moisturizer and stuff like that before we start applying makeup? Because I know some people, they may have allergies to certain chemicals in the makeup. I don't know if there's like a suggestion that you can make in terms of proper skincare.
Yeah. I would say, well, if you do have pre-existing conditions and, you already have some skin issues, it's always good to consult your dermatologist because they could definitely, give you a better understanding of what is, your skin going through. But if, they would prescribe you medication with, chemicals in it that most of us do not want to use. But if you don't want to go that route, there's a lot of, drugstore items that are for sensitive skin and whatnot. So I would use a lot of the products that are, sensitive, that are for sensitive skin, but also has things like salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is very good in terms of, like exfoliation. Like it's in a smaller dose in most of products, but it's really good to prevent breakouts, and every product that has it usually combats breakouts. So I use cleansers with salicylic acid in it. So you got to be really careful. If you do have sensitive skin, it might cause some irritation a little bit, but it prevents breakouts. It's good to exfoliate your skin to keep your pores, open, so to prevent breakouts. So I would recommend that. And then also, like, when you're done, you also need to have like a good night routine also. So when you use like moisturizers or serums, you want to have some serums with what's the serum is hydro, wait, what's the, I had the name of it, but it's hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is amazing. Like I try to use hyaluronic acid at night. Like it's a serum. It's really good for all skin types. You could find it really in different brands. I was using recently like Aussie Naturals hyaluronic acid serum. It's really good. It has vitamin C, E, and it's good to maintain, like a balance on your skin. Like it balances off your skin at night. So that the next day you wake up with like very like supple and smooth skin, and it's good for all skin tones. So hyaluronic acid is really good. But I would recommend, very like consulting your dermatologist and then try these, remedies or at home, treatment yourself afterwards. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, great questions. If y'all have any other questions, I'm going to move on to Kendra Wilson of Conceited, Williamson of Conceited Creation. Thank you so much for that, Christelle.
Oh, you're welcome.
I was learning a little bit too, so okay. So now I'm going to move on to Kendra. So I met Kendra at, I think it was a charity event. We was helping out was it the youth? It was something. It was when people
it was something with the youth or women. It was like years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago. We met her one time, just like I met Christelle, and I was just like, that's kind of how I network. Like it's an organic thing. Like when I meet at least one or two people, I'm like, like we're gonna do something in the future. I don't know when. Years later.
Yeah.
And I think this was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Okay, so So we met doing hair. That's what it was. And then I started following Kendra, and I seen that she was into crochet. And I just learned about the whole visible parts, okay? And she was already like this pro in visible part. And like, what led you into, well, you could introduce yourself, but what led you into starting the path of like crochet?
Okay, so I am Kendra from Conceited Creations. I am an Atlanta-based stylist. I still travel to New York to service my clients there. My main objective is healthy hair care through protective styling. So that is either crochet, that is either weaves, wigs, braids, whichever you choose that'll fit your lifestyle. I got into crochet, actually, my daughter was 2 and she's now 9. So that was 7 years ago. And it just started getting big. And I wanted to give my clients a different look on, just something different than the regular sewing and weave. And I was able to achieve that through crochets, but still give you that weave look. So it was just something I seen, and I pick up things quickly. So I said, let me just try this. I tried it, seen it once, and I have just been doing it ever since. And it's a great protective style if done correctly and maintained correctly, as in any style. It can be good and it can be bad. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did in the market.
Okay.
I mean, I do a little everything, but yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that you done transitioned into wigs and stuff like that.
I've gone back. Yeah, I started out doing wigs and weaves, and I just left it a little bit, and now I'm starting to come back.
Okay. So now that we're all in quarantine and, people can't get to us, right? Like, and they're going to have to either maintain, because I know some of your clients probably already had crochet. They have to maintain their crochets, or people looking to do crochet just to get by,
Yeah.
Like, what do you recommend for the person who has to maintain that crochet to get the lasting as much time in as possible, and 2, people wanting to do it, like what type of brand, what type of hair should they start off with?
So as far as maintenance, it honestly depends on how your hair is installed. Because how it's installed will give you that extra week or 2 with your style. I do not like my clients going over 6 weeks, and that is like pushing it for me. But with this going on, I pretty much just told them that you need to keep up with your scalp cleansing. And what I mean by scalp cleansing, you can use Sea Breeze, which is like an old school product that we've used years ago. Apple cider vinegar and water. And, just you could put it on a cotton pad and just, go over your scalp, lightly. Cantu has a scalp rinse that is really good and it's inexpensive. That's a really good product. Yeah, that's a really good product to use to maintain your installs while we are stuck in the house. I know Amazon is like really late when it comes to shipping, but when it's in Walmart, it's in Target, I mean, apple cider vinegar you can get anywhere. So when you're at the grocery store getting your food, pick some up and just use some water. And that'll just clean your scalp, because whatever style that you are in, whether it's in quarantine or not, you need to clean your scalp. Like, I don't know how much I can stress on this. Like, you're not going to get hair growth. I mean, your hair's going to grow regardless, but you're not going to have a healthy scalp if you do not wash your scalp. Like, I don't know where the myth came from, like dirty hair grows. I don't know where that came from.
I think it's like the dreads, how long dreads grow and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I have to like stop that myth, because your hair is gonna grow regardless, unless you have like alopecia or just some medical condition that's gonna stop it from growing. Your hair is gonna grow regardless. of what you do to it. Is it going to remain healthy? No, it's not. So I stress when it comes to protective styling that you need to clean your scalp and not co-wash your scalp.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say to clean your scalp with the apple cider vinegar and a cotton pad, like, so when you mix like 1 part apple cider vinegar and 1 part water, after you do, rub it with the cotton pad, do you have to rinse it off or you keep it on?
So no, you would rinse. So now that depends on how your crochet is. And that goes back to how it was put in. Because every stylist does not know how to properly do a base.
Right.
So it depends on your base. If you are, I've seen people do the braidless crochet and it's like just a ponytail and then like crochet over it.
Mm-hmm.
Once water hits it, your hair is gonna swell up.
Yeah.
So I mean, but you're in the house anyway, so you can just throw a little scarf on and put your little lip gloss on and be cute for the camera.
Yeah.
That'll work. But if you have like some neat braids and they're small, not tiny but small enough, I mean, you can rinse. Go get a spray bottle, and just rinse it out. You're not gonna use a whole lot. It's not like you're using shampoo where it's gonna be sudsy. But if you have twists in, like the crochet twist, you can wash your hair with that.
Okay.
I've washed hair with the Marley hair. I know a lot of my clients are not comfortable actually getting in and washing it. So I just tell them to use, the method with the apple cider vinegar. If you do choose to wash it and you're comfortable with it, you're going to have to make sure that it's dried properly because you can get mildew. And then that's a whole nother issue that you're gonna have, and you don't want that. I know a lot of people during quarantine, like myself, have started working out and sweating our head.
Girl.
And if you are someone who sweats in your head, I try to tell my clients, don't do styles that are gonna have to stay in for long. I'm trying to get them the wigs. Like I'm really trying to push them to the
right, because then you could do the cornrows and then pop it on, pop it off.
You can do the cornrows. You can wash your hair. You can do all of that stuff. But I'm trying to get people that way. But if you work out and you sweat in your head a lot, you're gonna have to clean more often. And I mean, normally we're supposed to clean our hair every 7 to 10 days. Normally, every single person, 7 to 10 days is what you are supposed to do.
Like
everybody. I know that's not realistic. It's not realistic. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. The average person is not going to wash their hair. I mean, I do because I'm on a strict, healthy hair care regimen. Very strict. Because I want healthy hair. I want long hair. I want healthy, long hair. So I'm very strict with my hair care. I try to be that way with my clients. But those are just a little bit of things that you can do during the quarantine to maintain it. Get a cute scarf. Not many people are like, like cute little accessories. I know a lot of people, they're on Instagram or Snapchat, so people are going to see them. But there's a lot of people that are doing those bands with the braided ponytails now. I've seen them all over Instagram. Those are cute. It's something quick. Right. Get a cute little hat. Do something cute. Throw a filter on. When my hair is not cute at home, we tell you, filters out. I'm throwing a dog filter in a second, honey.
Right. Okay. I got me my LED light. Because with video, you can't throw on a filter. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So you either, like you said, put on a hat, or like put on a good scarf, or push it back. But it is cool. Like I think you touched on it, where people need to be mindful of what hairstyles they have because they want to get the length out of it. Like like some people do a hairstyle and it literally is supposed to last like a week or two.
Yeah.
Why you asking, mommy?
I put it on you. It's fine. So they it's like a week and you're like, I'll look at my clients, I'll be like, take out your hair. Take it out. I'll be going through Instagram like,
yes. Is you be talking to your clients like, girl, I'm gonna need you
3 months. Like it's gonna turn into dreads. Like it just don't look right. But there are certain hairstyles, of course, that they can do. You recommend the wigs because you do sell wigs. As well.
Box braids are great. You have box braids that'll last you long. The only thing I've noticed with people, and this is with any style, you'll get the style, but then you forget your hair. And it's like,
oh yeah, that's
I'm gonna need you to still wash it. There's things that you can do to combat frizz, but I also need people to understand when you have our hair textures, 3, 4. I hate texture typing, but type 4, type 3 curl patterns, our hair's gonna frizz.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Okay. It's gonna frizz. So if you get braids and you wash it, I mean, you could put leave-in and a little bit of gel in it to help with the frizz, but it's gonna frizz. But would you rather have dirty hair that looks okay, or you want healthy hair? Because the braids gotta come out eventually.
Yeah.
So it's like, which one are you gonna choose? Are you gonna go backwards in your hair care journey and now you have a mess? So it's like you gotta have to choose the lesser of two evils. Which one do you want? But braids are a great style. Sorry, that's my baby. Braids are a great style for quarantine. A lot of people know how to do braids. I try to be against YouTube University. You know, everybody go on YouTube and they want to be their own hairstylist, and it's good for some people.
Yeah.
It's good for some people. Listen, I learned how to do my eyebrows from YouTube. So YouTube is helpful with certain things.
No, it does. Like, I learned a lot.
Yeah, it's great with certain things, but you gotta know your limits. Like, I know I'm not about to wax my brows just because I see somebody do it on YouTube, because I'm not gonna have no brows. I know my limits. So, I mean, you can go on YouTube and learn quick weave styles, quick wig styles, quick crochet styles. You can join a bunch of crochet Facebook groups. A lot of people are really helpful. I've just started doing virtual consultations, so I'm open to helping people learn how to do their hair while they're home, because they can't get out to a stylist. A lot of states are not open. So I'm offering one-on-one, and I'm literally sit there and just help you as much as I can. Yeah, I mean, it won't look salon worthy, but it'll be cute for your man or your girl, or whatever.
Yep, that's right.
You'll be cute. I mean, because they only want to see the front anyway. So I mean,
right, whatever you do in the back is fine.
Yeah, as long as you got the front. I mean, we've done box braids in the front, the back, the side, and in the middle was what it was. So it's no different from being now here stuck in the house. So work with what you got, but make sure it's still healthy, because when you go back to the salon, don't complain when you got to cut half your head off because you messed up. Work within your talent.
Okay, what brands do you suggest when it comes to crochet?
The easiest, I would say, is twist or the box braid, something that's already styled. Curly hair, if it is a very tight curl, that'll help you also. It's something that's easy. Free Tress has box braids. I know, I think Free Tress is probably the main one I could think of. Or no, I think Sensational has one. They have a few, but I mean, any crochet box braids, any crochet twists, any crochet locks will get you through the quarantine, because even if your hair gets fuzzy or messy, I mean, it's locks, it's box braids, it's still gonna look cute. So some of those brands are good. Harlem 125, their brands. Those are some good ones that people can use, and they can order it offline. I don't know how long shipping is right now, but those are some things that you can order. They can order online.
Okay, so now when you're talking about base, because you was like, what way is for like a beginner that you suggest for them to braid their hair down? Can they do twists instead of braids if they don't know how to braid?
Yeah. So if you're someone who just does not know how to braid, and you can do 2-strand twists, you can just do a bunch of 2-strand twists and just connect each twist So it's kind of like we call it a railroad, but it'll kind of look like a cornrow, and you can just do it that way. Or if you can just twist or plait, not cornrow, you can do the individual crochets. And you can just, again, go on YouTube and figure out how to do it, or you can message me. But those are easy. It's not hard. I have seen people do the braidless crochet, and they just do like a ponytail, and then they just crochet the curly hair into their hair. I have not tried it, so I don't know how good of a method it is. But I mean, again, this is just something for being in the house. So it'll hold you for like a week or two.
Right. Like me, the ponytail method, I feel like that would probably be damaging. Like, because you can't get to it, you can't get to your scalp, you can't clean it, you can't grease it.
And I don't agree. And this is my recommendation. I feel like I gotta do a PSA.
A disclaimer.
Disclaimer. This is only because you were stuck in the house that you are doing this method. I don't suggest the rubber band method. That's something I'm totally like, we're just not gonna do it. Mm-hmm. But if it's something if you're just in the house, do a crochet ponytail. Do that.
Yeah, just put it up.
Just put it up, and then just like crochet a few pieces into your ponytail. As far as the whole head, if you don't know how to use a crochet hook, it can snag, which again, something I'm against. So I probably wouldn't do that, but it is an option out there for some people. Again, you know your hair. You got to work with what works for your hair without it becoming unhealthy. So again, I'm against it. But if it's like dire need, if it's do a wig, do a crochet wig. How about we just forget the whole ponytail method?
Would you teach? Are you offering like people to learn how to do it?
I will. I have no problem teaching the crochet wig method. It's very easy. I feel like I need to do a tutorial on it. But it's so simple. It really is. It is simple. But if anyone wants to message me and learn how to do any of the styles, I have no problem teaching it.
Right, because there's a specific wig cap or something like that.
Yeah, they have crochet wig caps. You need that. You need your crochet hook, and you need the hair, and that's pretty much it. And a styrofoam head. You don't need the canvas heads that you would use to do a wig, but you can just use the regular styrofoam heads. They're like $2 or $3. Your crochet hook is $1, and then your cap is like $3. So, and then just the hair, and then hair just depends on how full you want it and all of that. But you can get a crochet wig if you wanted to do it on your own for like a good $30 if you wanted to make it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna open it up for questions that y'all might have for Kendra. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Wait, I'm trying to, okay, Woodline?
Okay, so I listened to when you said about debunking the myth about washing your hair. So for someone that has really, I have like 4 different hair textures in my household. So it's hard trying to keep up with everyone's needs. Is there a universal product for everybody?
Yes. I feel like I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be tarnishing like the whole natural youth Instagram community. But I'm going to just say this. Hair is hair. We're going to make it simple. Hair is hair. Let me change it a little bit.
What?
Our hair is hair.
Yeah.
When I say our hair, you know what I mean? You don't need to go into it. Our hair is hair. You should wash your hair every 7 to 10 days.
Uh-huh.
That will keep your hair healthy. The reason why we recommend 7 to 10 days is because we have sebum in our scalp. I'm gonna try to do this in layman's terms because everybody don't know what sebum is. We have oils and we have sweat. Our hair sweats just like our pores. Imagine not washing your face for 6 weeks, 4 weeks. It's just nasty. It's after the first day, it's just, you start feeling ashy, you feel crusty, it's just nasty. Our scalp is a little bit different from our face, because we have our hair to protect it. So every 7 to 10 days is perfect. When it comes to products, I like to say, make sure all your products are water-based, because we need water. Water is the only thing that is going to give you moisture. I don't care how many oils is on the market. I don't care how many oils is going to say your hair's going to grow down to your behind. Oil is not going to moisturize. Moisture means water. Hydration means water. So you need a shampoo to first clean your scalp. Now there's different levels of shampoos, and I can do a whole video on that. But moisturizing shampoo will do the job. And that's for everyone, from a child all the way up to a senior. My baby is 1, and I shampoo his hair. I might shampoo his hair a little bit more than normal because he puts food in his hair. But just a regular water-based shampoo will work. Read your ingredients. The first 5 ingredients of a bottle is going to tell you what's in it. Don't look at the front of the bottle, because we see these products on the market and they look so pretty, especially in the Target section. They look gorgeous. They'll say they have this oil, they have avocado oil, they'll have coconut oil, shea butter, good for our tresses. No. If I'm trying to wash out oil, why am I going to add oil into it? That makes no sense. So you literally have to use common sense when it comes to product knowledge. Make sure all of your products are water-based. And then you need to follow that up with a conditioner. Your conditioner is going to replace everything that was taken out from the shampoo. So with all of your kids, whatever the hair type is, shampoo, conditioner. After that, I will use a styler. A lot of people, it's another thing that I'm about to break. A lot of people like using the lock method. If you don't wear extensions, weaves, or wigs, and your hair is just out as it is, I don't recommend the lock method for you, because you need to be manipulating your hair every single week with something. A lock method would work for someone who is in a weave or wig, because they're not going to be washing their hair all the time. So you need something to stop that friction in their hair. So I would recommend you using a little bit of an oil with them. I don't think your kids are wearing weaves or any of those things. So for someone like you, a typical regimen, I would say is you're going to shampoo, you're going to use your conditioner. You would use a deep conditioner with heat. A regular conditioner and a deep conditioner are 2 different things. They're not the same thing. And deep condition with heat for a few minutes, it's kind of hard with little kids, but like with my daughter, I make it a cute spa day. So we'll just deep condition, we'll put a cap on it, and it will just go on a bright out day, and then we'll just rinse it out later. My son, who is 1, I don't do that with him because he's 1. So I'll just condition, and I'll do a moisturizer. A moisturizer is something that should be used daily. I posted on my Instagram page and I think my Facebook page a list of moisturizers that I use. I only recommend moisturizers that are water-based. Again, water-based. Water cannot get into oil. And the problem with that is people are using oil every single day, but they're not using a proper shampoo to take out the oil. They're using a moisturizing shampoo, which doesn't cut out oil. You need a clarifying shampoo. So of course, there's a lot of products that you need to cut out that oil, but people are doing it every single day, and then they co-wash. And again, remember I said conditioner replaces what the shampoo takes out. But if you're never taking all of that buildup out and just putting more moisture on top of it, you're adding layers and layers and layers. And when you now have a cast on your face, no moisture is getting in. So now your hair is telling it, oh, I'm dry, because nothing's getting in. So now you have a dry scalp. And you're like, but I'm putting all these oils on it. It shouldn't be dry. You're not adding any moisture. You're not adding water. You're not doing any of that. So you're now hurting yourself more than you are helping yourself, even though this oil said it's going to make it grow. It's going to make it healthy. Nah, it's not. Because you're not using it right.
After you posted the other day about the grease and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I went and I was like, okay, until I can go and actually go and buy the proper stuff, I don't know if I'm still doing it right. I just filled up a bottle of water, a spray bottle. And so now when I do their hair, when I'm parting their hair for the moisture, I try to do it like 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm not over moisturizing, and I spray it with water, and then I apply some shea butter. And is that okay for right now?
So shea butter is kind of heavy, but right now we're in quarantine, so we can't get to the best products. My suggestion would be, like, when I meet new clients, the first thing I do is clarify their hair, and the clarifying shampoo is going to strip your hair. It's going to strip all of the bad stuff out, and I do that because I don't know what you put in your hair, but you're home. So the best thing I would do is take 1 part apple cider vinegar and 1 part water, put that over your hair and rinse it out. That's pretty much going to strip all of the buildup, all of the old oil that you had. And now you're starting with a clean slate. Now go in with your moisturizer that you're going to use. Shea butter is extremely heavy. It's still an oil, oils and butters. If you are using a butter and an oil, remember the next day that you try to use your water-based product, it's not getting into the shea butter. It's not getting into oil. It's not going to get in because you now have that cast on your hair. So now you're going to find yourself using the clarifying shampoo again, which is going to be extremely damaging to your hair. It's going to bring that pH balance all the way down. And as women, we know what happens when our pH balance is different and it's off. What happens? We start getting maybe a yeast infection because your body is telling you that your pH balance is off. Your hair is no different. Conditioner brings it back up to its normal level. But if you're blocking that, you're going to get a whole bunch of problems, and we're going to be back to square one. So try the apple cider vinegar first. Then you're going to shampoo the apple cider vinegar treatment. Then you're going to condition it. And then you're just going to use a water-based moisturizer. If you can message me and just pretty much show me what you have in your house, and I can pretty much help you with what you can do next. I have no problem giving you a regular shopping list. What I'll do is for the next 5 people who message me, I will do that for you guys for free. And pretty much just give you a 45-minute call, and we can go one-on-one on what you would need to do and what you have in your house. We will work with literally what is in your house, and we will get your hair to where it needs to be while we're stuck in here. That is what I'll do. But I need you to know I can only do but so much. I can tell you all of these things. I can give you every single thing of what you need to do. But if you're not willing to do it, it's not going to work. So you just have to be realistic with your expectations. Be realistic with your hair. And that's with anything. I don't expect to get hair down to my butt because that's just not realistic to me. No one in my family line has had hair down to their butt. So for me, that's just not, we have thick hair, but it's just not realistic for what. So I just need everyone to have realistic expectations of what they can get and what they can achieve.
So, and remember, rinsing out your hair with cold water. You have to seal your cuticles.
That's very important. You want to wash with not like extremely hot water, but you want to wash with hot water, and you want to rinse out your conditioner with lukewarm to cool water. I know some people can't take cold water, but what you can do is, a trick is put your conditioner in the refrigerator. That'll be cold. And then you can rinse it out with like lukewarm kind of hot. You can do it that way. Or after, you can take a really cold towel and just put it on your hair, which is what a lot of spa people do. They put the cool towel on your face after they finish the treatment because it closes your cuticles. You can do the same thing with your hair. And that'll just close it because you want your cuticles to close all of that moisture, all of the conditioner, that you just put in. You don't want it to now just evaporate because it's just be a waste. So that's a very important
It's
tip.
a process. Beauty is a process.
It sounds like a lot. It does sound like a lot. But once you get into it, and once you hire a really good stylist like me who knows what we're doing, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah, like, and you see, I have like people that make sense. They are about healthy applications, healthy makeup, healthy hair. Again, I'm a painless braider, so I focus on making sure your edges, like, I be like, edges matter. Like, make sure you go to a stylist who has edges.
Yes.
Because that is, like, that will tell you everything. Like, she ain't got no edges. Don't go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, please don't. Don't go to the stylist. Lord have mercy.
And if you see her clients, do some research. Look at her clients. See if their hair has improved, if it's snatched, like what it is.
Yeah.
Talk to the clients. Like, I'll tell clients all the time, don't ask me questions. Here, I tagged all the people, all my clients are on my page. Reach out to them, see what their experiences are, because I could tell you A to Z, and I could be lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be like, but they'll tell you the truth. Word of mouth is everything. So you want to make sure you can speak to people and know that, okay, this is true. You know, because you'll hear different things, and people are saying here, like, okay, so I heard this thing, and they were saying that synthetic hair gives you liver damage, and I was like,
what?
Yes. So now, yes, synthetic braids give you liver damage. Now, you know how doctors sell you, they give you the sickness and sell you the cure?
Yes.
Okay. So now the same person now sells this bottle of glorified holy spray. I don't know. And
It's water.
you spray it on top of the hair, and it takes away this chemical that gives you liver damage. Now, I don't know what test has ever been proven that braids have given anybody liver damage, but people are believing this person, and I'm like, this is horrible.
Because it's marketing. It's marketing, and it's really good marketing. And I can't even blame that person, because that person got the hustle, and they made it work. They made it work. I get it. They made it work. They made it work. Because women are, I hate to say this about us, but we gullible. We just go. You can sell us if you know what you're doing, you can sell us a good dream, especially when it comes to our hair. You can sell us a good dream when it comes to. So I mean, who doesn't use synthetic hair? Think about it. Where we doing weaves, wigs, whatever, we use synthetic hair to break down our base. So, and if let's just one little thing wrong with us, oh my God, that's what I have. Maybe it's the braids. So let me buy this product, and then now that man, and he a man. He don't even wear.
So I just was like, you know what? I'm a person who does braid all the time. I'm like, this is not true. Like, this person is not a doctor. There's no scientific, nothing.
None.
And they're selling this product, and you don't even know if that works. So, again, it is look at the person, look at the client, and see if they are aligned with what you envision for yourself. Because if they don't have what you want, like the product, the results, then stay away from them.
You gotta research.
Yeah,
you gotta research for everything. You won't just go to any old doctor. You're gonna, at least for me, I'm not gonna go to any old doctor. I'm gonna see if someone went to them already. I'm gonna look. I say this, when it comes to your health, research them like you research a vacation. When we go on vacation, we about to look on TripAdvisor. We're gonna ask our friends. We're gonna add ourselves to the Facebook group of the resort place. We're gonna look at the pictures. We're gonna look at the YouTube videos. We do all of this. When it comes to our health, whether it's a doctor or
we gotta keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy. Don't let anybody into your head. Don't let anybody into your face. This is your body. This is literally your temple. It doesn't matter whether it's on your head or in your body. You still need to do your research. And so many people are not doing their research until something's wrong, until they don't have no edges, or until their hair is just not growing. Now you want to come to the professional. Now you want to question me.
Now we can't help.
Should have been questioning the other person who didn't know what they were doing. So research everyone, please, and research for yourself. You should know what's going on. You should know. So yeah, I agree with you there. You got to research.
Look, and it's not only like that, it's also energy. Like I won't touch nobody's hair that I don't like. Because I don't want to put that into the person's hair. Like I have to like you, because you got to pour that love. Like if I feel a little off, like I'm like, you just don't want anybody in your hair that doesn't have good intentions.
Because I remember my mom said that one time, like this lady did her eyebrows and she felt the bad energy from that lady, and that brow never grew back the same way. And I believe it, like the energy, like the people's hand that touch you, they could transfer energy, from them to you. So like the people that touches your hair, they could be a big component of your hair growth. Like if they're really like a good person inside, they're not naturally nurturers, so they're gonna take really good care of you. So if you don't exude that inside out, I don't want you in my hair, I don't want you touching me, I don't want that, like no. So I agree with that a lot. Like you gotta feel the vibe, before you sit on somebody's chair. Like
I'd be like, nope. They be there like, you wanna nope. I not all money, not good money. Like I
at all.
Good. You know what I'm saying? Because something's gonna go wrong. And then they go on, and it's like, do you want that whole backlash, or do you want to just from the beginning go with your gut and just trust it and just be like, you know what, this person is going through a whole lot.
Right.
And anything right now might upset this person, and you don't want none of that. And if your stylist is going through something and you can tell like they're off, their style is going to be off. Like it's going to a whole bunch. They're going to cut your hair. Like it's just going to be a whole bunch of stuff. Your hair's going to start falling out and you don't know why. Okay. You want to just trust the energy, and at least smile. Make sure they're smiling. A good joke or something like that, just to lift the spirits up. But I always pray before I do somebody's hair. I be like, Lord, let it be good. Because again, you got to protect the energy. You got that it's really wellness is everything, and it is everything you take in, everything you put on, and put in your skin, because the products, all the stuff. Tea tree is my oil thing that I go to. Tea tree, jojoba oil, and you spoke about Cantu. That's what I use. After I like wash my scalp and braid a client's hair, I put that through their hair, because it gives us a tingling sensation that stimulates blood circulation, which in results growth happens.
I mentioned that's a good tea tree. And Trader Joe's, they have a good tea tree shampoo.
Really?
Yeah.
It's tingly. It's just so.
Yeah, like in terms of natural hair, like Trader Joe's tea tree line has been like since the beginning.
How do I not know about?
Yes, where you been?
Yeah, like the beginning of the natural hair journey, everybody was using Trader Joe's tea tree shampoo and conditioner. The beginning, like
I used to travel from Bed-Stuy all the way to downtown Brooklyn to Trader Joe's
to get that. Like 2011, 2010, everybody was on that Trader Joe's wave.
It's like Dr. Bronner's, that peppermint shampoo.
That's my favorite.
It's amazing for your hair. Your wash day is like, you don't never want to leave the bathroom.
Right, and that's good when you could do it in the shower. Like, since we're all quarantined and home and we can't get to the salon, being in the shower, especially if you have braids or anything, and you just let that shampoo and let that water flow through.
It's a spa day.
Right, like you just make sure you massaging your scalp. It will it feels amazing, especially with the right product.
And I always tell my clients, it's a good tip. If you don't have a steamer, which I think everyone should invest in one, but go in your shower, turn on the really, really hot water, and you could put like some aloe vera juice in your hair and just close the door and just sit in the steam. And that will definitely add moisture to your hair. If you make sure you like wash your face before and then put the steam on it, that's spa day right there because they do the same thing in the spa. They just put the steam
What is
on
a
your
good
face.
steamer to buy? Like,
I just say go on Amazon, and
yeah.
I'm frugal.
I know. No, me
I
too,
cheat.
girl. Me
I'm
too.
frugal. Yeah, I'm frugal. So go on Amazon, whichever one is like the cheapest. As long as it fits on your head, get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because me right now, like I'm out of nowhere, my scalp is becoming like really itchy, and it's like I do disclaimer, I do have eczema, but it's not like a very like it's not prominent. Like I don't need treatment, but it's just becoming like like I have a breakout. Yeah, like I have events, like it just comes out, and it's different part of my body every year or every 3 years. I just get I don't know. It just comes. It does whatever it wants. So right now, I feel like it's my scalp, and it's so itchy, and it gets like almost like dandruffy really quickly. And I was just like, maybe a steamer could help. Like
yes, a steamer would definitely help, especially for my clients who have eczema and psoriasis. My first thing I like to tell them is to, I mean, like we all said, your hair is a part of your body. It's an extension of your face and your skin. Right. Figure out what's triggering your eczema. Figure out what's triggering the psoriasis and any condition. And then you can work to see what it is. But a steamer will definitely help. For you, I would invest in a very good steamer because you want to be in there at least twice a week. I'm in my steamer twice a week.
Wow.
Now I'm relaxed. Girl, why are you relaxed? Like, oh my God, she said the R word. I'm relaxed. So
no judgment.
No judgment, for real.
I be feeling it. I feel it. I have to do way more to my hair than someone who is natural. And people are like, what? But it should be easy because you relax. No, when you relax, you break down the bonds that's in your hair. So I don't have the elasticity. I don't have that snapback that everyone who's natural has. So I have to do more. I have to be strict on it because I want healthy hair. I don't want my hair to stop here. Like everybody who gets them washes, their hair just be stopping here, and then that's it. When they relax, they don't. For some reason, they just don't go past the shoulder, because they're not taking care of it. So I steam my hair twice a week.
Wow.
Because I have to put moisture in. So if you're someone who has eczema or has psoriasis, you need to get under that steamer because you need to add moisture. You cannot over moisturize your hair. Right? People, you cannot over moisturize.
Okay.
Our body is made up of water. That's like saying we have too much water. Like
you can never have too much water.
Well, people have drowned.
Well, you can't drown. You can have too much water in your body, but your hair has pores. It's gonna evaporate. It's gonna evaporate every day. If you're using a cotton pillowcase, that's drawing out moisture.
That's true.
And
if cotton thread rubbing on your cotton shirt or your wool shirt, that's drawing out moisture. You have your head on your headrest when you're driving, and that's not satin covered, you're drawing out moisture. So you cannot over moisturize your hair. You need to put more moisture in. And you can over protein your hair, but you can't over moisturize your hair.
Right.
So you need all the moisture you can get. All of the moisture. So keep putting it in there. Put it all in there.
Okay. Any other questions? I'm unmuting everybody.
Did you, Zane, did you give us your product recommendations?
Oh, that says my sister name, but it's Kendra. It's all right. Did I give the product?
Yeah. What do you use twice a week?
Okay, so for me, my regimen is every Monday I do a protein treatment with Apogee, the 2-step, and I do that on dry hair, and I section my hair because what I noticed for myself, and a lot of my clients, when you use products, you put it here and you put it in the back and you put it on the side, but you forget the middle. And a lot of people get that breakage in the middle. And that happened to me when I was pregnant. I would just do 2 French braids and I moisture everything else except the middle. So you have like, it's sticking out just a small piece. So I have to do everything in sections to make sure every single part of my hair is has the product in it. So after I do my protein treatment, I rinse that out and I do my shampoo. I like to use Tresemme. I like to use Shea Moisture has a greens shampoo that I like using. I like to use Kendra. I like to use a lot of salon based products. Any product that does not have oil in it. I posted on my page about Design Essentials, and their shampoo has avocado oil. No, it has vegetable oil in it in one of the 5 ingredients. And I was like,
vegetable.
No.
Come again, say what?
No.
And that's a black product.
Yes, and it's their natural line. It has vegetable oil in it.
But a lot of the natural lines I noticed, not recently, honestly, I haven't paid attention, but historically, like when Pantene came out with a natural line, like one of the first ingredients was petroleum. And I think that is because Black people like straight hair, right? So if you want your hair to be sleek or whatever, I think they assume that means dump some gunk on there, because then, you know what I mean?
They wasn't.
So it's kind of
it's
backwards to add oil to shampoo, in my opinion.
The thing about petroleum and mineral oil, that goes back to the oils. We use those things and grease. Except there is one grease that I do recommend, and I can't think of it. It's Nature's Blessing. That's the name of it.
Yes.
That's a really good grease to use. I do not recommend any of the greases that have petroleum or mineral oil in it. Now, I say that with disclaimer again, because I posted on my Instagram a big tub of Blue Magic. Now, I use that because I'm relaxed. So when I need to relax my hair, you need to base your scalp.
Right.
Not only do I base my scalp, I base the ends that were already relaxed, because when you relax your hair and you wash it, the relaxer is still going to go in this part, and you're going to have over-processed hair, which a lot of people who are relaxed notice, and that's how they get breakage. So I don't want any of that. So I will coat my hair with the Blue Magic everywhere that I'm not going to relax. Other than that, I don't recommend the grease, because again, it's going to block your hair. So after I shampoo, then I do a deep conditioner, and I use the Shea Moisture's Green Reconstructor. Do that, I put my heat cap on, and then I wash my hair out, and I'll use Carefree Curl, which is an old school product. They use it with Jerry curls, but it has water and it has glycerin in it, which is an amazing product. You need your glycerin for a slip. All the natural girls need this product.
Glycerin attracts moisture.
The first product is water, and then the next ingredient is glycerin. It's going to give you that slip.
I'm sorry, Carefree Curl what?
Carefree Curl. It's the instant moisturizer. It's a yellow bottle, and it has the red letters.
Right, I remember the brand. But you're saying you
the
use
instant moisturizer. Yes, that's my daily moisturizer. I use that every single day. And then I just wrap my hair, and I don't use heat. I'm not a heat person, because you use too much heat, you're gonna get breakage again. And then every Friday, I'll do a moisturizing treatment, which is just my conditioner and my deep conditioner. I know I said earlier, do not co-wash, but I co-wash because Friday I'll co-wash, but then that Monday I'm gonna wash it out. That's only 4 days that it's in. If you're someone who does not wash your hair like you're supposed to, don't co-wash, because you're not washing it out. So every product has its place in your hair, and you just have to know when to use that product, when to wash that product out. Someone who is natural with 4C hair does not need to use protein like I do, because your bonds are not broken. Unless you have color, then that's a little bit different. But your bonds are not broken, so you don't need a protein. Protein treatment is like a cast on your broken leg. You need it for a while, but if you keep a cast on for too long, what will happen? Your bones will get weak, same as your hair. It's no different. So you don't need a protein treatment all of the time. And you just need to learn the difference between when to use moisture and when to use protein. The average person will probably not know that, which is why you should go to your stylist who knows the difference between the two. And she has a relationship with your hair. Do not chair hop, because they will not know when you did this last product what happened this month? What do we see a change from this time to this time? Unless you yourself are going to educate yourself on hair. If you don't have that time to educate yourself on hair, do not start chair hopping on other people because they won't know you. It's like going to a doctor today, and the next week I go to a different doctor and they don't have your medical records. They don't communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. So you need to get a relationship with the stylist who knows what they're doing, and it'll work. That's just my hair regimen. Someone who is natural, like 99% of my clients, their regimen is something different, but their regimen will be different from someone who works out all the time. Their regimen might be different from someone who's a mom and who does not have time to do different things. So everyone's regimen is going to be different. And again, see your stylist and they will definitely, help you with that. And be careful with those natural hair groups because some of them be, I just be like, so we going to put yeast infection cream on our hair.
Yeah, I remember that trend on YouTube. I think Woodland has a question.
Woodland, go ahead.
Hey, ladies. For retaining length, a lot of people are afraid to trim their hair. What would you recommend or suggest us, women of color with natural hair, do in reference to how often are we supposed to be trimming our hair really?
I would say every 3 months. And if you're putting in braids, I would trim every time I put in braids. Because you're not going to see your hair. So, and it's being put away for so long that by the time you come out, you're going to have either breakage or splitting from taking out and detangling. So you want to trim it. I would say you don't have to trim it as soon as you take it out, but if you're putting it back in, yes. Yeah. Kendra, I know you probably want to say something more about it.
I agree.
3 months or if you're about to put in braids, just do it.
Trimming depends on your style. I wear my hair out mostly. So I would probably trim more than the average person, but I also do protective styling, and protective styling doesn't necessarily mean weaves or wigs. Protective styling just means anything that's protecting your ends because that's what's going to retain your length. Another myth a lot of curly people think is that you need to straighten your hair to get a trim. You don't. If you don't wear your hair straight, why are you going to straighten it for a cut? The thing is, a lot of stylists do not know how to cut curly hair. Yeah. It is an art to cutting curly hair. It is not easy. It's not easy to cut curly hair. So you don't have to do it. There are a lot of stylists who are specialized in curly hair. I ain't that stylist, to be honest with you. I'm not that stylist that will literally go in and just every single curl and cut.
Yeah.
It's work, but they have those stylists who do that. They do have those. But I do think every 3 months it's 6 to 12 weeks. Yeah. It's 6 to 12 weeks. You should do a cut. You can also do a light dusting, but it just depends on what your hair needs at that time. Go to someone who knows how to cut. Everyone doesn't know how to cut.
Yeah. Some people will chop, okay? All right? And your hair still will have split ends. You want to make sure people are going in. You get, some parts right here are the shortest pieces. People do not trim those when you have to because they also get split ends. So you have to get somebody who's going to go in and literally see it and then trim it. So you have to be mindful that some parts of your hair are shorter than the other. And to not just have somebody or you do a blunt cut because you'll still miss a lot of the split ends and you don't want it to travel up.
So me, I had that cut where they literally just take the strand by strand. It was a she literally just keeps fluffing your hair and then looking at your hair how it's falling and stuff like that, and literally just strand by strand just snipping. It took a long time, but my hair was It was beautiful. It was healthy. Like, it was bouncy. Like, I was just like, yo, I never felt my hair like this. Like, you know, so you really have to go to somebody that knows how to cut, and they really just take their time with each little snip. You just see like a little piece of hair just falling apart. It's like she's like manicuring your hair pretty much.
It is. They got the patience of
They
a saint.
do, and you know, like she's looking like oh my gosh,
that's
it's
care.
beautiful. Yeah.
You got a passion for it. Don't cut your hair at home. Also, during this quarantine, don't touch your hair, please, because y'all don't have the right scissors.
So
I was gonna ask about the scissors, the shears.
So I mean I know my hair because I've been natural for a long time, so I know my hair. So me, like, if I see, like, I could feel when my ends are splitting, so I could do a light dusting, like you said, like when I do a twist out or I do my plaits, and I see that my ends are, you know, like uneven, I would just cut that little piece off just to, you know, get me to, you know, to back to normal.
Get the perfect
That's the only thing I do. Yeah.
Don't go around cutting the whole thing. Just
the kids school supply scissors and start cutting hair. Don't do it. You will be upset. You will be so mad at yourself. It will be horrible. Don't. But yeah, I mean, every 6 to 12 weeks is best. I have to write all this stuff down. Like, I literally have to have myself a hair planner, and I know every time I get a relax, I need a trim because I only relax every 3 months. So in my phone, it'll say, this is wash day, this is co-wash day, this is relaxer day. I literally have it because I will not remember at all. Like, I have so much other stuff going on that I won't remember. And my hair will tell me, like, you didn't remember. So it's breaking off. I'm gonna need you to get it together. So I have to write it down. So write it down, put it in your phone, put it on the alarm, in the calendar, write it down, put it in your little happy planner, whatever it is that you have, put it down. And I mean, every 3 months is perfect. But it just depends. Again, it depends on what you're doing to your hair. How are you with your hair? That'll determine when you need your trim.
So, and with line, it's to look for like cutting shears. That's for the hair. To look to if you're gonna cut your hair, use that.
If you're gonna do it.
Yeah. What else? We were about to say something.
I think she asked about retaining length.
Yeah, retaining length. I think that is basically the trims. With don't chopping, but trim. Like, it could be as small as like a 1/2 inch. Because your hair does grow a 1/2 inch every month. So you want to just trim it so that way the new growth comes in. You won't even know what's happening. Anyway. So so retaining length, you have to trim. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, cut your nails,
you gotta trim.
Going back, it's the same thing here and now. But I wanted to talk about our sponsors. One of our sponsors is Poor Little Rich Girl Studio. She sponsored a studded belly and a graphic tee. So one of y'all participants will be getting that. I'll be shipping it out Monday. So it'll be a raffle. Like, I'm just kind of like choosing, and no bias. And that sponsor is actually on the call. So it is Maya. So she's in the Bay Area. So she's on the West Coast. Everybody else, is everybody on New York?
I'm in Georgia.
I'm in Georgia too.
Woodline?
Jersey.
Hey.
Oh, okay. So we got Jersey, Atlanta, and Bay. So I'm the only one. Wow, I'm the only one in New York this time.
Sorry.
But Zoom.
You're still my neighbor.
Right, Jersey's right there. But thanks to Zoom, we're all right here. Right?
Yeah, we're all together.
So again, I wanted to create like this platform to give everybody a chance to speak about some things that just needs to be put put to the side, because a lot of people are getting information about certain things and you just want to be like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the Clorox situation or the disinfectant situation that you want to, like, like, no, this is a lot. Do not do it. Don't,
Mm-hmm.
you want to get you want to get in front of the screen and tell people, because they will have you looking a fool out here.
I be wanting to jump in people's houses, like, no. I be wanting to jump right in their house and be like, don't use this. Please don't do that.
Okay, so I seen somebody use, we talked about cotton thread as braiding. I've seen someone use cotton thread as braiding on someone's hair when I was taking down their sewing. And I was like, trying to find, like, like, where's the braid? Like, I was looking for the extension that they use to braid. So I'm being like, wait, they use, not only did they use thread, they use cotton thread. And cotton
they use
is
the
going
thread
to
sew it, or they use
so
it
braid
stretching.
it.
Wow.
They use
Yes.
thread
To braid the person's hair. And this person said this is her stylist, okay? Like, my longtime stylist. And I'm there like, and you keep asking me why your hair won't grow.
No, wait, the thread that you use to sew weave, they use to braid?
Yes.
Yeah, instead of using synthetic hair, they use the thread.
They use the thread. I was like, what?
Now, I've heard of people using yarn. Now, I know because there are some clients who are allergic to synthetic hair.
And that's why they use that. But that's going to dry out their hair too. Like,
yeah.
Like, if we can't use cotton pillows, like, why are we going to put that in? But
in
anyway,
your hair, yeah.
So I was like, your stylist is horrible. Like, don't go to the stylist or tell her to use synthetic hair. And that person was not allergic to synthetic hair.
Oh, so she could
I'm like, yeah, because she would do her braids with me, her hair grow, then she go and do a weave with her. She like, it's falling out. I'm like,
yeah. Stop chair hopping. Yeah.
And she's not taking out her hair, so she doesn't know what's happening or what they're using. Like, because she would go back to them to do her hair. So
she's not seeing anything in the back.
No, she's just seeing no growth. And I'm just looking at her like, she came to me and I'm like, okay, taking it out. And I'm like, no. So that I did want to speak on, like, please make sure your stylist is using nylon thread. They're using nylon thread to sew your hair in, like, because the cotton is going to rip it out, strip it of its moisture, and to use human braids or synthetic braids, something to.
Or just use your hair if you can.
Yeah,
or use unless your hair is really short
or fine.
Or fine. Or get a wig.
Right, and make sure that you braid down this way. Yeah, so you need 2 anchor braids, so that way you're not pulling on the edges.
Ask your stylist these questions you're going to somebody new. If the stylist has an attitude that you're asking these questions, don't go to that stylist. That stylist is not for you. Because you should be able to ask your stylist any and every question that you have, and they should be able to, number one, act professional. Number 2, answer your question. And if they don't know the answer, then they should be able to say, you know what, I don't know it, but I'll get back to you. So you can make the decision of whether you choose to go to that person or not. Ask these questions. They went to hair school, or they studied in there. Even if they didn't go to hair school, they should have studied enough in their profession.
YouTube don't count.
Because, no, it don't. YouTube counts for yourself.
In hair school, people are so shy. They don't teach you weaves and hair. Weaves is not on the state board. It's not on the state board. Natural hair care is not on the state board. So all of this information we have to learn ourselves. We have to take additional classes to learn these things, read books, and do all of this to give you your answer to what you need. So just the state board, they teaching you stuff. They teaching you perm rods, how to cut, do color. If you're someone who naturally don't do none of that stuff, I mean, it's not.
When we're practicing on the floor and people come on, they they assume all Black people know how to braid, so they'll send like clients who come in for braids for us to test on, and some people don't know how to braid, but because we're Black,
they don't teach that.
They'll be there like, you know, like I know how to braid, but then there's the Dominicans that get all the blow drying clients, and I'm like, I want to learn that too. So, so it's a whole situation in beauty school. So people who, yes, they have their license, but also are they knowledgeable? Did they did they care enough to do the research to make sure that they're servicing their clients as much as possible?
Follow their pages.
You really
have to give you the answer.
Exactly.
Nah, for real, because like the Africans, you know, like they've been our go-to for a long time. But then, I mean, I stopped going to them because they really don't know how to take care of properly prep your hair for these braids. Like I keep telling people, like you said, they have no edges when you go to them. You know, their hair is never healthy. They're always so surprised when you come to them and you have all this hair. They're like, oh my God, how do you get all this hair? And I'm like, whoa, like you should know that, right? Like
how can I take it out? How long does it take me to snatch this?
I know, it's like me, like I have really thick hair, so when I go to them, it's always like, oh my God, and I'm like, nah, I need to stop doing that. So that's one big thing. Like the Africans, you cannot trust, you know, everybody, you know.
You just got to make sure these people are either, credible.
Yes.
That they care, I'm telling you, if they don't got it, don't get it from them. Like, just don't. It's just.
And pay attention to their social media. Their social media will tell you everything that you need to know about a stylist without you even talking to them. If their news feed doesn't have certain hair care tips, or they don't have a different variety of styles, I wouldn't go. Personally, don't go. I mean, I go to stylists even for my hair, so I look for everything. If you don't have something that I'm looking for, I'm not gonna message you and say, oh, can you do the style? Because if you could do it, you would post it. Trust me, we always post our most amazing, we post pictures. So if they didn't post that picture, I probably wouldn't go to them. Right. I pay attention to how they interact with people. Because if you quick to yell at a client or a prospective client, that means you're going to yell at me. You're not going to be able to take me. Because the stylist going to another stylist, we're the worst. So you're not going to be able to take me. And I pay attention to that even when I do stylist recommendations for people I can't service in Atlanta. If I have to go give them someone in New York or someone in Detroit or someone in California, I do my research on who that stylist is first before I send them to someone, because I don't want them to be like, Kendra, you send me to this person and this person did X, Y, and Z. I've done that so many times, and I'm not going to name these names because these crochet people are very famous in New York. I have sent people to these people, and they come back to me like, really? And I'll be like, what? They look so good on Instagram.
That's called a filter.
She don't know how to braid.
That's called a filter, girl.
She ain't wash my hair. She didn't. And my clients are spoiled, and I feel bad because I feel bad for any other stylist they go to after me. They're spoiled. So I literally have to do my research on these styles before I recommend them to people. It is sad because you should have a basic standard all around. You should be professional all around. And
this is true.
It's not like that.
It's customer service. You need it. And like with Black brands or anything like that, you want to make sure people have good customer service. Treat people how you want to be treated. Like for me, I don't have anybody that I can refer to for braids. Like, I just, like, when it comes to painless braid, I would love for somebody else to braid my hair. This takes a long ass time. It takes forever to braid my own hair. And I can't go to nobody. Like, I can refer for crochet. I can refer for goddess locks, all of that stuff. Weave. I'm like, okay, this person, you can go to makeup. You could go to this. They be like, well, who does braid? I'm like, look, I'm trying to teach people, and most people are either they're like, I know how to braid, but then I'm like, are you properly braiding people's hair? Like, people are still walking around with red bumps on the back of their head, like, like they can't sleep, all that extra stuff. And I'm like, look, there's a way where you can braid a person's hair, not use gel, use moisturizing products to make sure that you lock that in, and it looks neat and it stays like. And they'll come back to you. Like, if you treat them well, they'll come back to you. Like, that's, you don't
They don't teach that. That's not something that's taught. That's something that, to me, that's something that needs to be taught in hair school. Customer service.
Yeah, like, but it's an abusive relationship where people are going back to the same stylist. That
seriously,
them. Like, this is abusive. Like,
they pulling out your edges. You ain't got no edges, sis. Why?
Right. They done snatched up everything. Now they offering you like a wig, because now you ain't got no hair to braid anymore. They like, well, go down my sister down the block. She sells wigs. Like, I mean,
I need my clients to have edges. Every single one of my clients has edges. Everyone. I do not play when it comes to edges. You better have edges, because you're not gonna, just like when your mama say, when you go out the house, you represent me. I'm gonna need you to look correct. Same with my stylist. I'm gonna need y'all to come correct. Exactly. You're not about to tell people I did your hair and it come. No, you gotta have edges.
Exactly.
Unless you got a medical condition. Other than that, there's no reason why you don't have edges. None. There should be no reason.
What about people that lost their edges when they were young? Like, a lot of my friends were getting their hair braided. I got my hair braided for the first time like a month ago. So I have all my edges. I have healthy hair. But I'm saying there are people walking around here that have not had edges for 25 years. What do you guys, I mean, they don't grow back, I'm aware of that, but I'm saying, like, what are some tips and tricks for how they, I don't know. I saw some spray recently. A girlfriend sent it to me to suggest to another friend, and I was like, nope. But I would use it if I needed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, why? I mean, people are just comfortable with a lot of spots. So I'm saying, like, as stylists, are you guys suggesting, like, oh, you know, there's a thing, or let's do this, or there's a way? Because it really, I don't care if you just got out of the chair, you always look a little homely with the spots. Like, you know what I mean? There's got to be a way to get that together.
It goes to, I'll say this, there are people who go to stylists because the stylist is within their budget. There are people who go to stylists because they've just known them forever, so now I want to just try something new. It just depends on the stylist. If a stylist can't do a job, don't go to them. If they're not giving you what you want, don't go to them. It might be expensive to go to someone who can do the style exactly the way that you want it, and you won't see your edges, or it's undetectable. It might be expensive, and I get it, but hair is an investment. So if you don't want to walk around with your hairline back here, you need to figure out what to do. For me, I suggest wigs, or I suggest a style that will cover that. You can do a middle part, and you can have all of this like this. This is a wig. You can't see my edges. And even if the wind blows, I mean, you're not gonna see none of that. You need to be realistic with your expectations. If you know that this side you ain't got no edges, stop getting apart on this side.
Yeah, like switch it up. You gotta switch it up
and listen. Some people some clients don't want to listen. You can give them every suggestion in the book. You can tell them, I don't think you should do this because it's not going to look right. I'm telling you, tomorrow you're not going to like it because I've been with you for 6 months and I know what you don't like. I know what you do like. I know that you real funny. I know you. You don't know you. I know you because I know how you act. And then they get the style that you tell them not to get. And then tomorrow they want to come back and have it fixed. And they want it to get fixed for free when I told you the first time that you wasn't going to like it. be realistic of your expectations. If you're someone who has no edges from little, it's probably traction alopecia. My first thing is go see a dermatologist. I cannot.
It was tight braids. It's a whole crew. I grew up with. They all got
traction alopecia.
Yeah, but and they
that's what traction alopecia is. That's what traction alopecia is. It's because of the friction, and it stopped the hair follicles from growing. There are things that they can do, but they have to be realistic. You can't wear tight ponytails. That ain't for you, sis. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to do what works.
I don't even have a ponytail.
Look, they can go, if they got a good head shape, they could shave it all off and start all over. Use again like
Rogaine. If your hair's gonna grow back.
It's good.
Like a tingling shampoo or oil that's gonna stimulate some of the blood growth, massage that regularly. It's gonna take time. The damage has been done for years. So they're gonna just have to deal with their hair, let it breathe. You know, because a lot of people tend to just cover it up, and it stunts the growth. Like when they're home, it becomes a part of them. Like now they'd have to wear something all the time because they don't want to see their hair. But as soon as they let it, just kind of love yourself. Like they really have to be okay with, this is me, shave it all off. I think a governor or mayor did that, where she just was like, I'm just gonna shave my hair off. This is what I have. And then go from there. But I would recommend just tending to it, like putting some care in it, stop going back to the same hairstyle. Because I had a client who wanted the same, like she came to me for help, but she wanted me to do what she's been doing. I said, you don't got no hair for that. Like, I didn't say that, but I just was like,
you said it.
Like I had to like really like process it because I needed to answer it with the best customer service answer as possible, with building a person up without breaking. Like I just was like, you've been doing the same thing for 25, 30 years. And your hair has fell out since then. You can't do the same thing that you've done 30 years anymore, because that hair is not hair. Like now I have to work with what I got and how I've been doing it, because your dermatologist recommended you to me. I have to now do what I do for all my clients for you with less hair. Like this is not a miracle. This is going to be a process, but it's got to get to a point where you're like, not talking about what I look like and what I should look like. We can't do that.
You're not a magician.
Like
put a wig.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we need to save your scalp. We need to save your hair with what's left. We can't keep adding small braids, these tiny braids, these fine, and like the scalp no longer is strong enough to keep a weighted braid. You can't do that, you know. So I'm like, listen, we need to get the strands together first before we do some extra stuff. Like, we can't do that. So you have to do something different. So some people are so trapped at doing something, like you said, Kendra, for so long that it's a habit, and it's hard for them to break it.
Yeah.
And they're in denial, so they're just looking at you like, and that was a time that I should have said, you know what, all money, not good money. Like, I should have walked away from that, because she's expecting me to do something, and I should have just said, I can't.
It's not gonna work. Yeah. Listen, I told myself coming out of this quarantine, I was gonna set the standard for my business. And I'm not gonna take every client. And I'm now doing consultations with everyone. And that will determine if I'm going to take you as a client. I can know within the 45 minutes of our consultation, if you're gonna be one of them clients who just, you're not gonna listen, you're not gonna follow directions. It's just not, we're not a good fit. I feel like within 90 days, 3 months, you should notice a difference in your hair if you are following directions. No different from you going to a personal trainer. you should be able to follow their directions and get the result that you want. If not, you're wasting your money and you're wasting this person's time. Be realistic. You have to be realistic, and you need to follow directions. If your doctor tells you you have diabetes and you need to take this medication, are you gonna not take the medication? No, you're gonna follow his directions because you want to live. Why am I any different? I'm telling you what you need to do. I'm telling you what you need to do because I'm educated in the field. If you were educated in the field, you would not need me. You wouldn't need me. You wouldn't need my expertise. You would be doing what you need to do for hair, and your hair would be flourishing. I'm trying to tell you what you need to do, and you don't want to listen. So people, again, just have to be realistic and find a stylist that's going to work for you. Find someone who's really going to sit down and be honest about your lifestyle. Don't tell me that, yeah, girl, I go to the gym every single day, and I'm going to do this to my hair, and I have time for this. And I call you for I follow a phone call. Did you do X, Y, Z? No, girl, I ain't have time for that. I didn't. But you told me when I took you on as a client, this was something that you were going to do, and that this is something that you really wanted because you wanted your hair to grow. You wanted to have healthy hair.
You have to do the work yourself.
You got to do the work. It's hair is no different. Now, if you're a client who I just want to look cute for this day, okay. I'm not going to give you the same attention as I would as a client who is serious about it. I can go and make you look cute, and then you go out the window. There's a bunch of stylists in Atlanta who can do that. Throw on a front tooth, throw all the spray and all of that. You ain't gonna handle it.
I could say it for myself. Like one thing that caused, my scalp being dry too is I kind of stopped doing the regular stuff that I used to do on a regular. Like I don't have a hair regimen anymore. So just to be honest with you, like when I first went natural, I had a regimen and I don't have it anymore because, I'm just like, I don't want to take care of my hair. And now I'm feeling the consequences now. So you're absolutely right.
Listen, what you don't do is show up in your hair and in your skin. And Christelle, like makeup and skin is really whatever you do, whatever you take in, either show you your nails start breaking, your hair start breaking, all of the stuff. These are living pieces, like they're living on you. So you want to make sure that they all work together. Like show them some love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you want people to show you love, show your self-love by taking care of your hair, your skin, your nails, your feet. I mean, that's one of the things that people don't even listen. I just did my feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm there like, yo, this thing is rough. Like I gotta put some scrubbing in that damn thing because
be honest. My big thing is be honest about your lifestyle. I know for hair, like you said, even with skin, it can only do what you put inside your body is gonna come out. We're like a flower. If you don't water it and take care of it, it's not gonna grow. The same with your body. My clients, I like to tell them, make sure you get your blood work done because your blood work is gonna tell you if something is wrong with your hair. You can tell, like if you have very short pieces of hair in the back, I know something is automatically wrong with your iron. I can tell you that. You need to go get your blood work. You need to go make sure that you're not deficient in anything because it's going to affect your hair. When we have our cycle, we're depleting blood. That means our iron levels are now down. Your hair is not going to grow if everything about your body is not healthy. You need to take a multivitamin. You need to make sure that your body is fully complete so that your hair can actually flourish. When I have my cycle, I notice that my face is drier. I know that my hair is drier. That's just what it is. So during that time, I need to pay more attention and take more care of my hair and my body and what I eat. Everything goes hands in hand with our body. It's a whole system. Everything, when one thing shuts down, something else is gonna shut down. That's just how it is. So if you really want to, be healthy with it, your face and your body and everything, even just your mental health, everything needs to be great. It needs to all be in order. So that's another thing that people need to do. I always tell my clients, did you get your blood work? No. Are you taking any medications? You can't expect to have gorgeous hair and you're taking a medication that's going to stop it. You're working backwards. So you need to be honest with your stylist also, so they know what to give you, what not to recommend for you, because all products don't work with certain things. I had someone post on Facebook about taking black seed because of, everything's going on with our immunity, and black seed oil is really good to take. And I was like, everyone can't take black seed oil. I'm on blood thinners for the rest of my life. I can't take black seed because that is a blood thinner. So that's gonna cause more harm to me than anything else. There's certain oils that people can't take pregnant. So no, everyone can't take the same things. This is why you need to be honest with your stylist so they recommend the right thing for you to take, because you don't want to take these certain oils that you're putting in your hair and it causes damage to your body. And now either you're dead or you're extremely sick or your hair is just, it's not working. And now you're ready to give up and now you're ready to relax it because it ain't working the way you want to work. You got to be honest. You got to be realistic. You have to stick to one stylist. Be consistent. The same way we are with our kids, we're consistent. You have to be consistent with yourself.
Yeah, and stick with the stylist that's working. Like, don't stick to the stylist that's actually like people have been sticking to a stylist.
Give me 3 months.
But
3 months. 3
right.
months. Give me 3 months.
You should be able to see the difference.
That's it.
And okay, so I think we're a little over 2:00, so I'm just gonna do something real quick. If anybody has any questions, you are all unmuted. So your last questions, I'll take any questions. Any?
I just have one quick question about skincare. Since you guys are in different regions, do you have a good primer that you recommend?
So my go-to primer is actually the NYX. I can't even find it here. What's the name of it?
It's almost white. Is it in the white tube?
No, it's a black and transparent tube. It's like a gel. Oh, here it is. The Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really like this primer a lot. It softens, if you have lines and your pores, it really softens up your whole face for a smooth application. But that's more towards like if you really want to do heavy makeup, you want to beat your face and stuff like that. So this is my go-to primer when I'm doing a full beat and stuff like that. But other than that, like I actually don't prime my face on a regular basis. I only prime my face if I'm doing makeup and I want the makeup to last for a long time. But I don't prime my face any other day. Like if I'm not going on an event or whatnot, I don't prime my face. No.
I use matte primer. Like I just use it right after like a moisturizer, and then I also use the spray, the mist. So that's kind of my prime.
I am not really a makeup person. So I can't tell you. I'll moisturize and that's about it. Then I just go to a stylist. I go to a makeup artist. That's it.
Okay. All right. So quick thing with if anybody have questions, I don't know. I'm trying to
I do.
Oh, okay.
I promise I won't ask anymore after this.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm not a big makeup person, but in order for me to find the right match for my skin, how do I go about finding the right foundation that matches my skin color? Because my neck is not the same color as my face.
I would say, well, that's tricky. You have to decide like what do you want to match. Like usually you want to match your arm, like this color. This is what you really usually want to match, and you got to choose like what color is gonna fit you best. So usually like the makeup artist is gonna give you something to match your neck, but your neck doesn't match the rest of your body. So this is your actual color right here. Like the color of your arm is your actual color. So that has to match your face. So it might be weird for you to actually look paler or darker, but like they kind of, it's based on preference. Because me, I feel like I'm pale right now, but that matches the rest of my body. So, but when it comes to, you know, when it gets summertime, I'm gonna have to switch my foundation and get a darker foundation because the rest of my body is gonna get darker. So then my foundation is gonna have to be darker, even though my face is lighter. I'm gonna have to go to a darker foundation because the rest of my body is gonna be darker. So it kind of be, you know, like they could give you what you want, they could match it to your neck, but your body is really what, you know, that your face needs to look like. So I know it's difficult with hyperpigmentation and stuff like that. So it could be really difficult to decide what foundation is good for you. But yeah, so it has to match your, you know, your arm, and then you decide like, you know, what's in between that's gonna work for you, you know.
And you gotta just make sure that, again, you know, if you're a warm, cool, or neutral person, because that will help. And you could probably put a little bit of makeup down here to just kind of let it blend. If it's such a dramatic discoloration, if it's a separation, so that's obvious. But you know, everybody's neck a little darker than it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't got throw on a turtleneck, girl. We is in the house, like. So I mean, we talking about real tips and tricks that you can use during quarantine, but you can also use after we get out of this situation. Like, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but yeah, like you can add a little bit down just for the demarcation, or like at the base of where it stops being dark, because I know the chest is usually lighter as well. So so yeah, girl, we understand.
I use 2 different foundations because my skin, like from here and then down here, is like darker. So I use 2 different ones, and I just like blend the mess out of it. My mom uses one, my sister uses just one. So it just depends on your skin. Again, I am not a big makeup person. I will do it when I'm going outside, or if I know I'm gonna take pictures. I'll do it. Other than that, I follow people. This is when YouTube University works for me, because I will follow people who do the tutorials. Now, I ain't gonna do no eyeshadow, because you will see in my pictures, I don't do I'm not there yet. God did not bless me with that talent to do eyeshadow, and I'm not trying to look like auditioning for a T-Pain video. So I don't do eyeshadow. I do whatever. So I follow a few people on YouTube who we have the same skin color, and I would just work with that. And it works. So some people do have to use 2, and some people have to use 1. I know wintertime, my color, like she said, my color is gonna change because it just changes. When I go on vacation, like to the islands, I gotta get something totally different. That sun, you will be somebody totally different. So when I go on vacation, I try like 3 weeks before vacation, drink all my water, really exfoliate every single day so I don't need makeup. And I might just use a little bit of concealer, because I mean, it's hot, you don't really want to do a full beat, but I will prepare my face for vacations. I don't have to use much, and I'll just use concealer. But
what about a tinted moisturizer? Do you have a suggestion on that too?
You can turn your you can do one at home by using moisturizer and then adding a little bit of your foundation in it, like together, and then it will become like a quick little tinted moisturizer.
Were you asking how to find a color that matches, or were you just I used, I mean, I think you should go into like a Sephora or Ulta and have some.
Those are closed though.
I wasn't done. Have some help, right? So that you can like really get into it. But a good way to know is on your wrist. If your veins look green, then you are warm tone. If they look blue, then you're cool tone. So that you know what undertones you're shopping for. That's really important. And then this brand that's all over your Instagram, this IL, and the second word is MAKIAGE. So it's a little pricey. I ordered it just to see. I have one that matches me perfect.
Oh, Il Maquillage?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So I tried that just because I was like, how am I going to click through a few pictures and they really get a color that matches it? They nailed my color.
Really?
For real?
Yes.
Now, how is the foundation though? Is it?
I'm wearing it. It's good. I mean, you guys don't know what I look like, but I mean, it looks like
Does look nice.
it looks like
good.
it's a
looks
little
really nice.
different. So the one that I always wear is a little bit more warm. This has a little bit more red, and typically when foundations get darker, they tend to skew red, but we're not all red, right? So I still prefer mine, and it's $10 cheaper, so I wouldn't rebuy.
Which one is the original one that you use?
I use Clinique. It's a what is it called?
I use Clinique.
It's a mattifying one. It's liquid. And I'm Clover. My color is Clover. So I like that one. There is a darker one than that. They have maybe 17 or something, but that one matches me perfectly. This one, my little play around one, I could wear it and get away with it fine. I just noticed that it's a little bit more red, but it's perfect. I mean, it's amazing. You click 5 pictures. Are you more this girl? Are you warm or cooler? You click this one. Are you this girl, that girl, this one? Then you know what I mean? 5. They send it to you. You have 14 days to play around with it. But because we're on lockdown, you have until whenever this is over to play around with it. You send it back. They give you your money back.
Oh, wow.
So if you're looking for a how during quarantine, I would do that.
I'm going to try that.
I'm gonna try that too, honey.
And I would say one last thing. Before actually Fenty, did her 40 foundation, Lancome Tint Adult Ultra Foundation has so many, undertones and stuff like that before Fenty. So it's on the pricier side, but it's an amazing foundation. The Tint Adult Ultra by Lancome. And it has a variety of skin tones. Like, it looks like this. And I love this foundation. It's amazing. So, pricier side, high end, but, just to keep in mind if you ever want to try it. But I'm going to try the Il Maquillage, like you said. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm frugal. Again, there goes that word.
Me too.
I use Maybelline. And I am a color coconut. And it's like maybe $8-9, and it works for me. Yep. And I use LA Pro Concealer, which is like $3.
Yep.
And that works for me. And I get a little Kiss eyebrow pencil, which is like $1, maybe $2.
Yep.
And I will use Nikki Duo. It is in the beauty supply store, which is like another $4. And I'm good to go. In a good filter.
Question. So everybody just in the chat, type in your handles, so I know exactly who's on. And quick game for the host. So, lash or lip?
Lip.
Lip.
Lip? Y'all gotta wear masks and y'all doing lips? Like, I'm excited.
Oh, with the quarantine?
Oh.
Lashes.
I don't wear lashes. See, this is hard.
Eyes. I mean, mascara.
Yeah, I would do eyes.
So basic.
Okay. So your go-to hairstyle?
Top knot, always.
A wig.
A
wig.
Low maintenance bun.
Great. So now this is 3: president, vice president, secretary. It could be female or male.
That we would like?
Yeah.
President Michelle Obama.
President.
Y'all gotta do all 3.
Oh. President, I would have to say Michelle Obama. Vice president, this is so ratchet. I'm gonna say Cardi B.
Oh.
It could work.
And then secretary.
And then you said who's the
secretary.
other one? The secretary I would have to say, y'all might hate this one, but I'm gonna say, who the mama of the Kardashians?
Kris
Jenner.
I feel like she's an amazing business person. I feel like she's an amazing businesswoman. I mean, like,
Kris, she is.
she's amazing at her.
She is.
Think
You know
about
what?
it. And you
Be
take
mad at
the
that.
point that we don't like the Kardashians. She's amazing.
Good
She
for
can
you.
spin a whole. She is okay.
Yep.
She pimped
Yeah.
all her kids.
Good
And
call.
I have a little bit of Reddit and a little bit of
Okay. All right. Next.
So, I was saying Michelle Obama for president, and then vice president. I was thinking about your the mayor of Georgia, that lady.
Oh, Keisha.
Yeah, so I was her, and then for secretary, I actually don't know. Like, I have nobody in mind for secretary. Like, I can't think of anybody. I can't think of anybody for secretary.
Oh, me. My president is Beyonce.
Oh,
She's away right now. I don't know where she is. But vice president is Michelle Obama, and I changed my secretary to Cardi B. She knows a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I changed my order since I've done this before, but I think Cuomo would be president for me, and vice would be I think my governor, Gavin Newsom, and then secretary. I don't want to say Michelle because I don't think Michelle could sink to be third, but maybe she should be vice and Gavin should be secretary.
Okay.
But Cuomo, I think, has to lead. I don't think he would do good in a second tier position.
Yeah.
I think he's the alpha always.
He is. He definitely is.
Okay. Well, it's election year. I had to bring up like president, vice president, secretary.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what we need to do. Okay, so
we need to vote.
Okay. So, I want to just say I thank God that we are all able to get on this call together and in good health, as much as I could tell. Everybody hopefully is in good health. And I'm going to ask God that can continue to watch over us and our families, strengthen those who are battling anything right now, and find comfort in those who have lost anybody, and just wrap each and every one of us in his grace, his mercy, his forgiveness, and his understanding as we battle this pandemic together and move forward into a beautiful new decade and season of prosperity, love, and peace. So,
Amen.
So I'm going to close that out. Thank y'all so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
And Monday, I will be sending out, I'll be posting who won the raffle.
All right, bye guys. Take care.
Bye. Be safe.
Be
You
safe.
too.
Bye.
Thank you again for listening to Beauty and Braids. I'm your girl Karen, and this has been another great day. Until next time, you'll hear from me then. In the meantime, please follow me on @HairByKaren, @ShopBraidAppeal, and @YTC Nonprofit. Get to know me a little bit better. Check them out. Bye.